So this is for people that have joined Breaking Free, because you might still be finding your way around the program, but also particularly for people that are sitting, because I know it's a scary decision anyway to sign up for something like this. But when alcohol's involved and you've got to maybe think about saying goodbye to your best friend, that makes it even more scary. But please be reassured that we don't look for perfection here. It's progress, not perfection. It's one of our mantras. And if you think of the Breaking Free program, you've got 90 days there. So approach it with curiosity. How many alcohol-free days can you clock up out of 90? And you'd be surprised how many it's going to be. So let's think about what we learned during reset, some of the many things we learned. Are you like this little black cat here still, in spite of all our talks about moderation? But remember, this isn't about willpower. Alcohol's an addictive drug. That's why it's impossible to moderate. You all seem to resonate well with finding your whys. And remember, it'll be hard if you do Breaking Free, but then it will get easier. Carry on drinking and it'll get harder. All you need to do in Breaking Free is do the work. And we've made sure that the work is manageable. And Breaking Free is going to get you through the hard bit. Reset was the first step on the staircase. So I know that some of you have had several alcohol-free days. In fact, some of you started Reset with a few alcohol-free days under your belt. So I can tell that you're sleeping better. Some of you, you've had a glimpse of how good it can be. And indeed, some of you have had periods of sobriety before. And you're here because you want to get back there. So Reset was the first step, and now we're taking the second step. Just a reminder what it's all about. You've got your community support via WhatsApp. I had a lady that has signed up for Breaking Free, but she messaged us in a panic because she said, oh, that group is so busy. Is all the learning on WhatsApp? I can't cope with all this chatter. And I had to reassure you that all that chatter was because we've got about 120 people on that group. For Breaking Free, there's going to be a maximum of 20, so it's going to be much more relaxed. And we don't learn on WhatsApp. The learning is on another platform called Kajabi, which we'll explain to you. And it's an online course that you do at your own pace. So remember, Breaking Free will get you through the hard bits. And by the time you finish Breaking Free, your brain will have recalibrated, it will be healing, and things will be much easier. And you'll be looking at a brighter future, a healthier and happier future. So I just wanted to welcome, hope I haven't forgotten anyone, especially that's here, but we've got two Kellys from the US and Christine, and then we've got Goodney Bell, Lorraine, Jen, Rosemary and Valerie from the UK. So it's quite a British group, this one. We've got two from Europe. Denise is from the Netherlands. Annie is from Belgium. Geraldine's from Ireland. And then we've got two locals, Dorothea and Nicola. And these are going to be the cheerleaders. This is hot off the press. We've just been corralling these ladies. So you've got Monica that you've met, Lynette, the coach, Lynn and myself that you know. This lovely lady is our journaling coach, and she's brilliant. I don't know if you've come across her before, but she'll be running a journaling course for you because we believe that it's a very important part of recovery to write down your feelings and how you're getting through it. And some people haven't got a clue how to journal, so she just takes you through the elements. And she'll also be a pretty good cheerleader on the group, I think. We've got a lovely Sarah that you've met, and Liani and Heidi as well. Heidi's the US cheerleader. So are you sitting on the fence? Are you still contemplating? Remember, I said to you, all those years of moderating, don't feel bad about it because you were in contemplation, which we have to be before we make a big decision like this. So this is one of the questions that we get. People say, I want to keep that content, the content that the talks and the tasks and the articles. Can I keep it? So what Monica very cleverly did is she got all that content and she put it into a nice, neat folder. And we now actually sell that from our Breaking Free. It's called Reset on Demand or Bootcamp on Demand. But if you sign up for Breaking Free, then you will get that anyway. It's part of the package. And if you do want to purchase it, then just go to the website and it's under our services. And of course, we get asked, and I know some of you are thinking, do I really need Breaking Free after Reset? Because I feel so motivated. But of course, as I'm sure I said to you on Friday in the pitch, Reset's a great way to kickstart your journey, but the motivation will fade because that's what it does. And then you're going to get some moderation Mary here in the blue dress after you. It's hard to keep on the straight and narrow. You'll get the fading effect bias after a few weeks. You'll be thinking, oh, I did that Reset thing. I've had a nice break. I'm sure I can have one glass of champagne at the wedding on Saturday. And there you go again. It really is hard to do this alone. You need a tight team. So you've got the people in the program plus cheerleaders who've done it before. And we've got some new stuff coming up for this particular Breaking Free. The way that I've restructured it is that half of the course is going to be like the foundational program, and you'll all go through that. And then about 6 weeks into the program, we'll have a Zoom meeting, and I'll be asking you to consider whether you want to go on the Sustaining Sobriety course for the next 6 weeks or the Thriving. And it'll be up to you to choose how you feel, because we find that most people after 6 weeks, they're either doing really well or they're still struggling to hook up some consecutive alcohol-free days. So the two programs are slightly different. So it can be very much up to you to decide which way you're going forward. So that's Breaking Free Plus. But if you're still struggling, you go on that one. And if you're doing well, you go on the Thriving one. And we've also got Janet GPT, which is a custom GPT. I presume a lot of you use Chat GPT. Custom GPT, that's creating your own GPT. So I did Janet GPT. And what I did with it is I put all the content from the Breaking Free course in it. So now I can ask it questions, any questions about Breaking Free. So say you got to part of a module and you found it really interesting and you just wanted to go deeper and ask more questions about it. Or if you get stuck with anything, obviously we're here in the flesh as humans. But if you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you can't find anybody on the WhatsApp group, which is quite rare, but it can happen, maybe you'll talk to Janet GPT. But it is quite amazing. I was playing with Janet GPT before I put this together. And I said, tell me what I'm going to gain from Breaking Free, Janet. And this is what I was told. I think it's pretty good. And I agree with everything. It reframes your thinking. That is a big one. Works with your subconscious. You get practical skills. Learn the truth about alcohol, which is enough to stop everybody drinking. And of course, benefit from the structure and the community. So that's the way that Janet GPT will present information to you if you ask her stuff. And a lot of people worry about time. They say, oh, I just don't have time to do this. I'm always busy and I've got a job and I've got kids. And I said this in the pitch. We know what it's like to be busy, and I did design this for busy people. So it's flexible. The coaching sessions we fit in with your schedule. The Zoom, you've got a choice of 4 timings a week. The online course you do at your own pace and you get lifetime access. And this live masterclass on the 6th of June is the only thing you need to schedule. And if you really can't make that, then we can send you a recording. But of course, it's nice to be there live when you're meeting the other people that you're going to hang out with for the next 3 months. We haven't finalized the timing of that yet, but it'll probably be something like 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. South African time. I'll be showing a few slides about how the program works, but the main thing is for you to get to know each other. So everyone will be introducing themselves and talking about their relationship with alcohol and what they want to change. So remember that sobriety saves you time in the end. And we've got Grania here, who was at the meeting yesterday, at Lynn's meeting. And is a very busy working mom, and she set boundaries. That was how she got through it. She said, I need this time to myself. Don't bother me for 1 hour every evening. And she nailed it. After procrastinating for 8 years, she explained that to you, that she thought if she paid her subs and opened the emails, she could get sober. But there's a little bit more to it. And when she knuckled down and did the work, she nailed it, and she's got more time and energy. I asked Janet GPT. She very helpfully came up with a little plan. She explained exactly, find pockets of time. You need just an hour a day. That is what we say as well, an hour a day. Progress, not perfection. I can't afford breaking free. You met Helen yesterday, those of you that were there. She just came out, didn't she, in the video with some amazing things. She recouped the cost of breaking free in the first month, and she went on to save a further £2,000, most of which she spent on travel, which she came down to see us, which was awesome. And she's lost 2 stone as well. So she's a great example of the progress that you can make. Yeah, this was in my pitch yesterday. I just looked at a few of you. This was Heidi that did the last one. She recouped the cost in 3 months. Unequal recouped the cost in 1 month. Jen, that's her annual, recoup cost in 1 month. Valerie 6 weeks and Kelly 6 weeks. And then once you've recouped what you spent on breaking free, then you can save or you can spend it, whatever. So I asked Janet GPT about the money side of it. I'm not in the UK, I'm a bit out of touch. This pricing could be wrong, but £10 a bottle. I know that I certainly used to spend about £10 a day on drinking. So if you imagine £10 the bottle of wine a day, then that, in 1 month, you've covered the cost of breaking free. For the price of 4 weeks of drinking, you can invest in a lifetime of change. It's a nice one. And of course, there's a payment plan available. So you pay 50% now to secure your place, and then the other 50% next month. Still on the fence? Remember this 11-year statistics. So many people struggling in shame and silence, and they don't ever reach out for help, but you have reached out. So you're halfway there already. So end that struggle today. Let us take you on a journey of transformation to this wonderful sober land. And remember, sobriety is just the beginning. This was such a surprise to me because I thought I didn't want to get sober in the first place. But when I realized that I had to, I did the work, I got sober. And I thought I look better, I feel better, I've got more energy. So, that's okay. But then my life just got better and better. And there's all sorts of wonderful things around the corner for you once you embark on this journey. So choose your heart. Don't know if that's in your way as well as my way. Whoops. If you do breaking free, it is going to be hard for a few months, depending on how many years you've been drinking, a few weeks or a few months. But just be curious, listen and learn, and stay close to your tribe, because we'll get you through. much harder to keep drinking, becoming more dependent, more isolated, more anxious, and putting your health at risk. So make this the year that you invest in yourself rather than wasting money on poisoning yourself. Do nothing, stay in the struggle place, or come into our safe space of transformation and just break free from the booze once and for all. Get it done. So many of you have said, I'm done, I'm ready, I'm 100% ready. So let's do this thing. So we got 7 places left, and the pot closes on next Thursday. And we're not giving you that deadline because we're giving you the hard sell. We just don't want you to procrastinate. Yes, there's a lovely before and after picture of one of our breaking free ladies. I think, was she on yours, Lynn? BF6. Yeah, this is Leonie, not to be confused with Leonie, who was on BF9. And last word from Lynn, but we're going to get it in the flesh.